Hey everyone, welcome to Judging for the Win. I'm Dave, and this is my daily ruling. I got a lot of requests for this question over the last couple of weeks, so I definitely wanted to make an episode about it, especially considering that this interaction could potentially have some implications for the standard format. In case you haven't seen or heard of this one before, the idea is that you can use Blade of Shared Souls to get a discount on the mana cost required to transform your Praetor. This is the way to do it. First, you're going to equip the blade to your Praetor. When it becomes equipped, you're going to have your Praetor become a copy of some other creature that has an easy to achieve transform condition. Deathbonnet Sprout is a popular one that's been discussed. Then you just need to achieve that condition, in this case having 3 creature cards in your graveyard. Because the Praetor is a copy of Deathbonnet Sprout, it will have that ability, so that will cause it to transform. And as an actual, honest-to-goodness transforming double-faced card, the game will be able to perform that instruction just fine. And presto! You've just jumped through a couple of extra hoops to transform your Praetor for hopefully less hassle than it would have been to just do it the normal way. Okay, so there's actually a couple of things that I need to talk about here first. The Blade of Shared Souls makes the equipped creature a copy of the Deathbonnet Sprout for as long as it's equipped. That means that you need to get the blade off before you can reap that sweet saga goodness. It's true that ordinarily if you have an equipment that's attached to a saga, state-based actions will make it fall off on its own. But that won't help you here, because as long as the blade is equipped, that saga will be a copy of a creature, so the state-based action will not apply, because the equipment is attached to a creature. Until you actually move the equipment somewhere else, the Praetor will stay being a copy of Deathbonnet Sprout, which means that, among other things, it won't get any lore counters during your main phase. Okay, so after you do that, let's take a look at what you've got. You'll control the saga side of your Praetor, but there's still another issue. Sagas get a lore counter when they enter the battlefield, but Deathbonnet Sprout just had us transform in place. That means that the Praetor saga won't have gotten that counter. Is that a problem? Fortunately, no. There's absolutely no rule at all against having a saga with no lore counters on it. It's a little bit unusual, but it isn't, for example, going to have any state-based action that makes you sacrifice it, for instance. Actually, that's a really good thing. See, Deathbonnet Sprout does not have any chapter abilities, which means that it does not have the chapter 1 ability that happens when you would normally be getting that first lore counter for the saga. Because that first counter doesn't get put on until the first main phase after you unequip the Blade of Shared Souls, then you actually do get all 3 chapters worth of value out of your saga side. Pretty cool, right? But that's all I have for you today. How did you do? Join me again next time for another daily ruling, but until then, I hope you have a great day.